I did like a stream of Minecraft where like Minecraft wouldn't for some reason wouldn't stream on my thing, so I was just like black screen and face cam for like a while
Gotcha.
until somebody came on and was like, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "Shit, I've been streaming for like an hour of just black screen and me just going on about what the hell I was doing in the game." Ugh.
Yeah, so that was interesting. I'm gonna have to ask them tomorrow if they ran into Hitomi.
I've seen
I don't know.
a
Oh,
little bit
they're
of Vine Sauce's stuff. He's what's the guy's name? It's like I can't remember. Is the guy that does like he does a lot of like compilations, right? Of like really terrible
yeah,
games. And then
apparently.
I think he was pretty
I don't know.
famous
I've
for
never
like
watched it, but there are like other videos popping up, like active worlds in the search of Hitomi Fujiko. It's just like people have got there's like a fan art for it too.
huh.
Like it's pretty creepy. It was pretty creepy and interesting. So I don't know. And like we also talked about like Second Life and stuff like that in the class. He
I
was
was
just
watching
and that had
I was watching these like I don't know why like I keep clicking on these goddamn top 10 videos, but like it's top 10 like most expensive items ever sold in a video game, and
oh, it's What Culture. I love What
yeah,
Culture.
in similar
I watch
videos
What
like
Culture
that.
all the time.
But like
Yeah.
a lot of those items, like if it wasn't like sorted by like if they didn't like separate it by one game per or one item per game, it would all be this one game. What was it called?
Yeah.
Uh,
Eve
it was like a
Online?
no, not even Eve Online. It was like Entropia Universe, or I think it was something like that.
Was that the one where
Entropia.
somebody bought a whole planet?
Yeah, somebody bought a whole planet for $2 million. Somebody bought
So
a
dumb.
interstellar nightclub for like $300,000. And I've never fucking heard of this. Like, I've honestly never heard of this game. Like, the only time I ever heard of it was because somebody spent a lot of money in it. Is it a fun game? I don't know. Like, it
I mean,
must
it could
be
be
at least
awesome.
reasonably fun because people drop $300,000 and make that money back. Like,
Yeah, it's
people have like
weird.
people spend a huge amount of money and make that back in like taxes. Like the people that spent $2 million on that planet have made that money back. How?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
two
on
million
Second Life,
dollars.
somebody on Second Life recreated
Amsterdam, wasn't it?
Amsterdam. Yeah, so you watched the
Complete
same
with red
video as
light
me.
district.
Yeah, and well, we were talking about Second Life. I actually remember wanting to do. Hey, Sky, welcome back. I remember wanting to actually have a Second Life account back when it still cost money to have a Second Life account. Like this was like
Yeah,
'07 or '08, and
it's just a weird thing. I think Second Life is mostly it's mostly to
well,
enact like fetishes, isn't it anymore? It's not like
w-
what
well, that's what it
was
is
there any
now.
game to it? Like could
There,
I
well, it was basically like a Sims sort of thing.
I mean I guess so.
But like it was supposed to be a game where you could go in and do anything essentially. You could make your own stuff, you could sell stuff, and things like that. And it was popular, and people were on it. It wasn't just like a fetish thing, but that's definitely what a lot of it is now because it's still up and running. A lot of schools actually paid for space in the game, and they would have classes and stuff like
Have a
in
Second Life
Second Life.
school.
Yeah, like
What
completely.
so
My professor.
somebody bring in their like digital persona and walk into school digitally and actually get like school credit for doing that.
Well, yeah, like my professor, Matt Powers, he's a really cool dude. Apparently, he knows people that have done like Second Life classes, and apparently, like a lot of schools, and then a lot of schools are still paying for that space. Like they paid for the space, but then it like got backlogged in their budget, so they didn't really. Excuse me, uh, but it's like maybe it didn't cost enough for them to notice anything or whatever. But there are some schools that still have their space rented out. So you can go on to like the University of Ohio's Second Life, and they've like recreated the campus and stuff like that. And then, but yeah, nowadays what happened was they're griefers. I don't know if you know that term, but there's like trolls. Hold on, my dad keeps. I'm just talking so I can type and message things still. My dad's like, "What are you doing?" And then I was typing something, and then I paused to explain that. My dad is so old. I'm sorry, Dad, but he's like, "Thought you were typing something." 19 question marks. Like, Dad, I. And then I started typing again, and then he replied, "Oh, now you are." I'm like, dude, it's just, that's the oldest thing I've seen you do in a while. But yes, multitasking. Yes, I'm multitasking. Anyway, so yeah, you can go on to like Second Life, but my professor was talking about a thing. He had a student do a project over something called a griefer. You have people that just want to play the game normally. Then you have trolls. You know what a troll is, like people who mess with things. Griefers do nothing but they set out to destroy things.
Yeah.
They set out to make ultra trolls that like go another step beyond trolldom to do things. And griefers attacked a lot of Second Life. They would make like packs for the game, because I don't know if you know, in Second Life you could get like Autodesk Maya or these 3D modeling programs and make stuff, upload them. That's how people like made Amsterdam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The griefers like made like virus stuff. Like if it was opened up in a map, every texture, and I want you to. Yeah. I know you're probably thinking just a lot of textures. No, every texture was replaced with Mario's face. So you'd be walking on Mario's face. Your hands are Mario's face. The sky is Mario's face. You cannot tell what anything is because it's all Mario's face.
I remember reading
scary
stuff like that, where it wasn't for texture replacing, but they'd like program in like flying dicks to go across this like certain areas of the game.
Yeah, it's terrifying. But no, so he was talking about that, and he was talking about like his student did a paper and like a psychology report over griefers, and so during the presentation she pulled up Second Life, and she pulled up a world that it was a fetish world. Mm-hmm. Now, to give you context, this presentation was in front of bigwig, like businessmen in suits and deans and stuff like that for the school. So, and this is how Matt described the world. So and I'm quoting. So in front of all these deans and what have you, it was on like a BDSM world, but it wasn't like too freaky. There was a couple of people there. They had like the full body latex gimp suits with like the zipper and whatever, and everything was normal. But just for a brief moment, like 2 seconds, this giant player. Dude, I'm not quoting right now. It's just so ridiculous. He said, out of nowhere, this giant, naked dragon model with a huge old ding dong, it was a dragon lady, so it had everything. It had just genitalia flying everywhere. Yes, it was just genitalia everywhere. Passed over the screen. He was describing, like, let's say you're looking at your game right now. He said people in the world were about the size of your player. Like they were away from that character. They were away. This literally passed over the screen like Godzilla, just over everything. And all of the deans are like, "What was that?" and like start looking at each other like, I don't know what that was. It was scary. It's just, it was ridiculous. And like, oh, dude, it's freaky. Like, just think it, like, it was funny. He was telling that story in class, and everyone was just bursting out laughing. Which that's just Second Life just seems weird now. Nah, man.
I can imagine too, because like every time you ever look at like dragon dildos recreationally
No.
and not because you wanted to buy one.
No, I haven't.
They're always really fucking strange.
What are we talking about right now,
Like,
Super
I'm
Jake?
talking about okay. Just to like preface this, I was looking it up because
I mean, I don't judge, all right?
No, like,
so
I called
you don't gotta lie.
the dragon priest. When I did like Hearthstone videos, I played a dragon priest deck, and the deck was called Dragon Dildo because I thought it was just totally cool and edgy to do that. So to make the thumbnail for the video, I was gonna look up pictures of dragon dildos, and they're all really strange and not something that I would ever put. Sky doesn't judge me either for looking up dragon dildos. That's very kind of you. I looked up a bunch of dragon dildos, and they don't look like penises at all. They look like horrible, scaly, spiky, just weird messes. And they're always like really strange and chubby, like not like what a dick it looks like at all. Go ahead, like if you want to do the research, look up dragon dildos.
I'm gonna look it up right now. All right. Going incognito, because I'm not having this on my search history. All right.
You don't want like Google ads for dragon
No,
dildos,
I don't want this.
You need
all right,
some
images.
Sweet dragon
Here we go.
love.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. What am I looking at right now?
They're just really weird and like they're not dick shaped at all. They
okay,
like...
there's a random picture of Jimmy Neutron. All right.
Go ahead and join us, Sky. See if you can find any good ones.
Please, just if you go to Google, eventually you're gonna see a random picture of Jimmy Neutron. It's I'm turning this off now because
there's a website for it too, and there's like themed dildos. Yeah, there's like a whole line of Avengers themed dildos. So if you want like. The Hulk one is just like a giant veiny dildo, and then like the Thor one has like a little bit of electricity to it.
What?
The
Super Jake, why do you know this? Why do you know this stuff right now? Again, I don't judge, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, Sky. Yeah, it's creepy.
I don't know if anybody actually uses them. Like I think I know like some people.
Well,
use
no,
the dragon
I definitely
ones.
When I looked it up, there were definitely people using them.
Yeah.
There were like,
but they're like, I don't know, like, and there's some like themed ones like there's vampire dildos and like Frankenstein dildos. There's like a whole line of Halloween dildos. You can buy like a werewolf dildo, which is like themed to a werewolf.
Should we make this stream for mature audiences right now? Should I have that?
Maybe. You might want to.
Probably should. Now that I think about it.
Is saying dildo like a... Talking about dildos, is that a mature thing? We're not talking about... I don't know. Maybe. We might have to.
I mean, I would say it's mature enough. Like, I don't want, like, a 6-year-old hopping onto our streams like, oh boy, I'm going to watch some Stardew Valley.
I love Stardew Valley. So anyways, I was looking up dragon dildos.
Dad, what's a dragon dildo?
What does this have
son?
to do with farming?
Oh man, let's get away from dragon dildos. I can't talk about that anymore. But you know what I can talk about? Some more Second Life.
Which doesn't have anything to do with dildos or... Like,
nothing.
The only
Nothing
reason I was talking about dragon dildos because of lady dragon penises.
Yes, I get it. But no, this is a different thing. So Matt also was talking about how he was just